Last time on Kerbal Space Program.
I'm looking at it on the runway, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is a good idea. We can start to turn it a little bit here. Can we hit the moon? Can we hit the moon? Let's find out. We will set the moon as our target, and what this is showing now is that they're not on exactly the same, I'm not on the same orbit as the moon is, and so these points, the descending node and the ascending node, actually show how far off I am, and when I hit this point I'll be on the same plane. And this is useful for when we start to go to min-miss. Actually, if I set target, you'll see that there's a huge difference in the two of them. So an extra step would actually be adjusting for this node until I'm on the same. Oh, there's too much. Too much, not for today. Let's see what it would take to get to the moon. So, just like we did before, we're going to go to our apoapsis, and we're going to say, what if we start accelerating here? And we'll see this come all the way out. And we're pushing our apoapsis out to about where the moon would be. And then we get this. Target position at closest approach. So, let's start working this around. Ooh. We want to use as little fuel as possible. Which means burning as little fuel as possible. Because we also want to be able to get back into... Boy. Boy, oh boy. What if we take this and move it just a little bit more? You know what? 237. Okay, so if we follow this trajectory, we'll launch out, we'll catch the moon, we'll get within 41,000 meters of it. It'll whip us out and throw us right back down to Kerbin. I think we should go for it. I think we absolutely should. So, I'm excited. Are you guys pumped? I'm pumped! In 6 minutes and 28 seconds, I won't make you wait the whole time, we are going to burn for 53 seconds. This is just awesome. Oh. Okay, we are lined up on our maneuver. We've got some time. Why don't we check our material bay? Space near Kerbin. It's not giving us too much. We already got the majority of this, so this won't be much. We rotate our ship here. We can probably turn off our assist and save some battery. Crew reports nothing. But I tell you what, Valentina, we've got some time. Ah, beautiful. Ah, space. And just to, I mean, obviously this is not super complicated in theory, but both me and the ship are falling towards Kerbin. But we're falling so fast that we will never actually hit it, we'll just get thrown back around it. And relativity gives us this simulation of being in complete freefall, of being in space. It's awesome. Just cool stuff. So, we don't want this because we want to save it for when we get to the moon. So actually what we'll do is grab on. Oh no! Ooh! Grab on. There we go. Climb back in. And we're going to reset the bay. We want to save that for... Reset the canister. Okay. Now we've got our stuff ready. We want to burn for 53 seconds, so we'll get down to, let's say, a minute. Down to... Oh, getting close there. When you're out in space like this, it's not such a terrible thing if you miss it a little bit. Turn it. Put our SAS back on. Hit it. Now what you're going to see is, as I'm accelerating, my path is going to go out and try to catch that. We just got to be careful that we don't... As long as we've got enough to do the trip, it'll throw us right back into Kerbin, so it should be okay. Another 30 seconds to burn. Make sure that we're staying on our node here. I think we got this one. I think we're going to do it. So we're getting pretty close, and I don't want to overshoot what I have here. So we're going to get down 100. Okay, we're going to cut it. And we're just going to use little bits. Just using a little bit of thrust. Because things can get real messy real quick. Come on. There it is. I'm gonna wait for it. Wait for it. It's gonna go through. And 91. Awesome. We even have a little bit of stuff left. Oh, guys, oh, I'm so excited. And thanks to the magic of time-lapse, we are now caught way up. And we are coming up on, you can see that the moon is rotating towards us. There's Kerbin. There's the sun. Look how far away we are. And where are you at? There you are, you beautiful moon. Oh. Alright, let's get serious here. So what I want to try to do is I'm going to try to drop moon periapsis to get as close as I can. But we're not going to do that until we get closer. So, speed it up here. Oh, we're going really fast. Oh, it's the moon! We still gotta make it back. Trip's not over yet. So, we've jumped into the moon's orbit. So, focus on the moon here. And we're gonna see that our trajectory around the moon, at least, is gonna be very hyperbolic. It's gonna come out, and I'm actually gonna escape the moon's gravitational pull, which, of course, will hook me back onto it and throw me into cover. But we want to bring this down. So in order to do that, we're going to turn retrograde to the direction that we're going right now. Let me turn that off, actually. Turn retrograde, and we want to start to throttle up a little bit. And you'll actually see this go down. Now, I don't want to do too much because it'll mess up the rest of our trajectory, actually. You know what? Thinking about that, probably a good idea. Let's not do that. But let's warp to here. Oh. Here we are. Look at that. Kerbin from the moon. Let's duck on in here. Do a little flyby. Now, if I would have brought a scientist, I could have done high orbit, low orbit, and then flung myself back. But Valentina hasn't done anything yet, and it'll give us something to do as we come in. Maybe we'll land soon. See closer now. We're going to get down around 90, which is still okay. And you see that we're going to stop falling because we've just jumped. There it is. So let us observe our materials bay. High over the moon. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looked like it would be fun to paint the rocket with this. 50 science. Mystery goo? The goo seems to be less dense here. 20 science. Rotate our rocket here a little bit. Crew report. You look down at the cold gray surface. It looks really beat up with craters. It really does. 10 science. And, Valentina, you are officially the first Kerbal. Jump off here. To spacewalk above the moon. You've recorded observations about the situation. Another 16 science. So we want to make sure that we grab the data, because we're getting rid of this part of the rocket on our way back. Absolutely we are. So we're going to get our data out. I don't think she can restore it. No, she can't. Grab on. Store the experiments. Hop back in. And we begin our trip back. It's the worst part of it. All we gotta do is follow this baby back home. Look at that. Look at that beautiful moon! Oh! Alright. So, let's warp out. It should stop us. Boop. And you'll see that everything now is going really slow. I'm doing next to nothing. And... speed up time. And what we're going to see now... Oh, well, we can't. Is that we're going to lose the gravitational well of the moon. And it's going to put us on. There it is. And we're falling. And in exactly 4 hours, we should be able to get back to Kerbin. But we're not going to wait the full 4 hours. Last bit there. See how we're just punching directly onto it? We don't necessarily want that to happen. That's a lot of... It's a pretty straight shot, too. So let's take a look at the maneuvers and see if we can do anything that would... That's not going to do too much. Get rid of that one. Can we push away from it? Yeah, I mean, we might as well burn the rest of it, and we're going to try to curve out this this re-entry so we don't smash into it at 1,000 miles an hour and cook ourselves, because we've only got that one heat shield. Oh. Slow it down. We're going to line up and try to shoot. Well, let's catch up to our node here. Hour and 44 minutes. Let's watch our craft. Oh, 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 oh. Slow it down here. And see what we can do. Bring it all the way up. I think that was good. I think that might have been perfect. I think that might have really done it. Alright guys, one last step. One last step. So all we've got now, we're entering the atmosphere, we're falling retrograde so that our heat shield can eat up the heat. Just like that. And that's a pretty clean re-entry right back in. So I'm going to put this baby down, and I will see you guys on the other side.